Hello and welcome to another video. First video of the year for the Heaven's Harvest YouTube channel. In this video I'm going to show you what I got going on this year. I'm growing all my own plants. Last year all my plants were bought from Walmart and they were the, I forget what they're called, Walmart plants basically. But this year I built a grow room inside my bedroom. And I'm growing my tomato plants and all the cuttings uh, and rooting them and everything, getting them started very early. So this is the grow room that I built in my bedroom. Um, and inside here is my tomato plants. And so far I have rooted probably about 30, I think about 25 or 30 tomato plants. These are just getting started rooting. I got 2 plants in each 10-gallon fabric grow bag. These here are Sweet Cherry 100 plants, or they're supposed to be anyway. We'll see when these tomatoes start turning red. These here, these 2 plants in this one are Sun Sugars. So I'm only growing cherry tomatoes this year. And they are definitely Sun Sugars, as you can see by those yellow tomatoes over there. Those are definitely Sun Sugar tomatoes. And that's basically the 2 main varieties of tomatoes I'm growing this year is Sweet Cherry 100s and Sun Sugars. And the reason is I have a full-time job, and I don't want to mess with too much with the larger tomatoes because there's a lot of losses and they have a short shelf life. So for me, to sell commercially, cherry tomatoes is kind of the way to go. And you can see that I got some rooting, and I'm going to go outside and show you the outside. And here's these grow lights. They work very well. These are 90 watts each. Full spectrum. And the white stuff you see down here, that's diatomaceous earth. So when you're growing inside, the problem you'll have with using soil instead of hydroponics is fungus gnats. Love moist soil. And the way that I combat them is every time I water, I'll let it dry out a little bit, and then I'll put down a layer of diatomaceous earth. And that'll pretty much prevent them from replicating. So here they are. And this took about 2.5 months to grow these to this size. And keep in mind that I am letting them bush out. I do let the suckers grow on them. And then once they get to a certain length, minimum about that size there, I'll cut them off and put them in water and let them root for about 9 to 10 days or so. Then I'll plant them in pots and I'll let them adjust for a couple days inside the grow room before I go put them outside in the nursery. And you can see down here there's a lot of suckers growing up, and some I've already cut off basically. And I learned a neat little trick is if you cut the elbow, see that one there where I already cut a sucker off, but if you leave some on it, it'll regrow a whole another plant in between the elbow of the sucker and the branch, the leaf branch. So you can basically just keep, these things will keep growing and growing and growing if you cut them right. And and they have had some flower drop, but that's because I haven't been pollinating them manually or anything, because I don't really want them to have full tomatoes on every truss, because it'll put all of its energy into growing those tomatoes, and I don't necessarily want the plant to do that. So I just let them grow some tomatoes, but I don't want all of them, because I prefer these plants focus more on growth than growing tomatoes, because I am using them as mother plants for the cuttings to grow new plants. And now we're out to the greenhouse. Really windy and kind of stormy day today. This is my outdoor nursery. And let me cut these fans off. And it is a greenhouse inside the greenhouse. Actually, it looks like the wind's been tearing it up out here. But this is a temperature controlled greenhouse here. It's got heating and cooling and a ventilation system that I rigged up, which is a utility fan connected to this pipe that's got holes in it up top to suck all the heat out during the day, because it gets extremely hot. And here are some of the cuttings off those mother plants. As you can see, they're alive and well. And I've been working on getting things prepared here for planting of this season. And I have a better strategy of planting this year to grow a lot faster with the better lighting. For example, I'll start down here instead of down here like I did last year, because the sun rises over here and then goes up this way, and the light shines down this way. So it's good to have a strategy for taking advantage of the light, so the plants will grow up and not block each other out. Ringo, get off it! Get off it! Hey! Get off it! Dumb dog walking on my netting. Anyway, everybody have a blessed day, and thank you for watching. What in the world is that? Is that a tomato plant? No, that ain't no tomato plant. I don't know what that is. I don't know what that is. Anyway, these are going to turn into lots and lots of cherry tomatoes.